Environmental justice means making sure all people have their basic human needs met. Clean water to drink, nutritious food to eat, and clean air to breathe. But in the United States, access to these basic needs is still a big problem, especially in Black, Indigenous, people of color, and low-income communities. You might have heard about the Flint, Michigan water crisis, where predominantly Black, low-income communities' water supply has been poisoned with lead. There are countless more environmental injustice cases that you might not have heard of. Most people may not think of oil drilling when they think of Los Angeles, but for teenagers in the BIPOC neighborhood of Wilmington, oil drilling operations are a part of daily life. Many people also know that the state of California has a reputation for strong environmental regulations. But in communities like Wilmington, the Los Angeles city government systematically failed to review environmental impacts and allowed weaker protections, such as failing to enclose drilling rigs, allowing extended delivery hours for heavy diesel trucks, and requiring less space between residents' homes and oil operations. Oil and gas operations use toxic chemicals that can be deadly. These include chemical toxins and particulate matter that pollute the air and are inhaled by people living, working, or playing nearby. Living near oil operations is associated with high rates of throat infections, heart disease, asthma, cancer, and miscarriages. Teenagers living in Wilmington shared their experiences of living close to oil wells.
I live close to an oil well. It's like a couple feet away from my house. And I really care about my family because I have a sister that has like heart problems. If it's too hot, she throws up a lot. If it's cold, like her lips turn purple, blue or something like that. So we have to like really take care of her. These aren't normal for your community.
I suffered from heart palpitations. I had to use a heart monitor for several weeks. I had body spasms that got to the point where I couldn't walk. There's nothing else to do but shut it all down. Like, these oil wells shouldn't be here in the community, around schools, around churches, around residential facilities.
In 2017, UCLA conducted a household survey with residents living within 1,500 feet of an active oil well in the neighborhoods of Wilmington and West Pico. Both neighborhoods have oil wells scattered throughout the community. We found that 92% of Wilmington residents were Latinx, and 88% of West Pico residents were white. When asked whether they felt safe from pollution, only 2 out of 10 Wilmington residents felt safe, while 8 out of 10 West Pico residents felt safe. When asked whether they felt the government cared about the well-being of their community, only 5 out of 10 Wilmington residents felt the local government cared, while 9 out of 10 West Pico residents felt the government cared. Compared to West Pico, Wilmington residents reported significantly higher rates of nausea, dizziness, throat infections, chest pain, and heart disease. Why might two communities that both have active oil wells have such different opinions and health outcomes? The answer is environmental injustice. Weaker enforcement of environmental regulations within a Latinx community is racial discrimination. To fight this, teenagers in Wilmington and South Central LA organized with their communities in 2015 to file a lawsuit against the city of Los Angeles. To the city's credit, the city of LA listened to these teenagers and changed its requirements for drilling applications. But the California Independent Petroleum Association countersued the city and the teenagers. In the end, the courts dismissed the oil industry's lawsuit and ordered it to pay over $2 million in legal fees to the city and the lawyers who defended these teenagers. These teens triumphed. The ultimate goal of environmental justice is to prevent environmental harm for all communities. That's why it was such a big win when the LA City Council unanimously voted on January 2022 to end oil drilling in the city of LA. These teens won their fight and contributed to the surge of support to end neighborhood oil drilling in Los Angeles. But their case is one of many. Environmental justice is about ensuring we all have access to clean air, clean water, safe homes, and nutritious food. And strengthening environmental justice means leveling the playing field so that all people can have a voice and influence in the decisions that impact them. We can all have a voice. Use your voice to fight for a greener and more equitable future.